Just like every other adventure, we start on Tutorial Island with Bean Boi, our Ironman account that will take us through many journeys. Let's see how far he can go. I want to welcome Bean Boi, our Ironman account. He's going to take us through many journeys, some easier, and some, well, much harder. Let's see how far his journey goes. Within 10 minutes of this account being created, I literally have my first random event, which is a genie. So I'm gonna first start by putting this on, I don't know, because I wanted to put it on construction, but I don't have it unlocked yet, and I can't put it on herb lore either. I guess we'll put it on agility for right now. It only gives me 10 experience, so it's actually not that big of a deal, but that's kind of crazy. That's our first ever random event. So I don't really know what I want to do with this account yet, but I do know that I want to start off by just kind of doing the typical Ironman things that I read on the wiki. That is as far as I've gotten to with my Ironman experience. I haven't really followed any guides, nor will I, and I'm not really planning on kind of being somebody who just looks up everything that I should be doing to be the most efficient. I really just want to have fun with this account. This is my first ever Ironman account, and it's probably going to be my last Ironman account. But I just want to have a really good time with it and see how far I can get with it. So right off the bat, I'm just going to try to get to Wintertodt, do the classic Ironman route. I do know that's something, and there's our first ever level on the account though. But I do know that Wintertodt is a pretty standard kind of like Ironman very beginning step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop around a couple of these worlds, gain some fire making experience, gain some fletching experience after that. Maybe go fishing a little bit and gain a little bit of experience in that so we can do some Temperos later. But what we're going to do is we're going to gain about 20 levels here doing this, and then we're going to go do some thieving. We're going to thieve enough cakes where we can kind of survive in Wintertodt for a little bit. I was going to use that as kind of my main food source since they do heal up to 12 with the 3 slices. And then from there, I think we're going to try to grind for level 50 fire making and then go into Wintertodt for a little bit. The reason we're going to be doing Wintertodt so much is because it gives us a bunch of early Ironman rewards that you can use throughout the entire account. So obviously we are going to be looking for the Pyromancer outfit as well as the Dragon Axe. Specifically the Dragon Axe because that will be the axe that we can use as soon as we get the woodcutting level to use it. But Wintertodt also has a bunch of other very good rewards like the Tome of Fire, ores, gems, other logs, herbs, and seeds. Now, we haven't unlocked any of the other skills like herb lore and construction yet because we don't have our player-owned house, but we will be getting those before Wintertodt, and I'm going to try to get to around level 20 construction before we do Wintertodt as well. I think that might require us to do a little bit of Temperos. So the reason that I'm going to be trying to get to level 20 construction before going to Wintertodt is just because the XP scales as you're in there. So being at that level 20-ish, we're just going to be gaining so much more experience than when we would if we were repairing the braziers at level 1 or level 5. So we're going to try to get to level 20. I'm going to think about some ways that I can do that. I think I might do some Temperos just to get some planks early on, but we are going to have to get a player-owned house. So we're going to need a little bit of starting GP, so we'll see what we do. Level 13. Level 14. Level 15, so that means only 5 more to go. Level 16. Level 17. 18. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to get level 5 thieving here. This is going to allow us to steal from cake stalls, which will be our main food source for probably most of the beginning of this account and definitely at Wintertodt. So I'm going to start Cook's Assistant just because my health is getting a little bit low and I need to get some cabbages. So I'm going to be kind of heading in that direction anyways. Book it. I thought there was cabbages over here. Am I wrong? Well, I'm over here. I am going to start Sheep Shearer. Cook's Assistant is done, which is awesome. So I kind of just laid out a roadmap for what I want to do in the early game of this account. First, we're going to do quests like Sheep Shearer, Cook's Assistant that we just completed, and then we're going to get level 5 Thieving. After we get level 5 Thieving, I do want to do the quest Client of Karen. After that, I do want to kind of move on and get level 35 Fishing. The reason I want to get 35 Fishing is so we get access to Temperos. After we get to level 20 construction, I am going to do Druidic Ritual. After I complete Druidic Ritual, I am going to push for 50 fire making, which will give us access to Wintertod. I don't know exactly how long I want to be at Wintertod, but it's probably going to be from like level 50 to probably close to like 60 or 70, depending on how fast it really goes. From there, it's kind of up in the air of where I want to take this account. I do just kind of want to knock out these really early game things just right off the bat, get them over with, and then move on. By the time we're kind of out of Wintertod, we should have a decent woodcutting level, decent fletching level as well. After that, we'll just start doing some early game questing and then see where it takes us. And that is Sheep Shearer done. With another quest done, it is time to move on to our third step, getting level 5 thieving. Level 5 thieving. Sweet, now that we completed X marks the spot, we can start moving on to Client of Korend. With this antique lamp, I am going to actually put it in fire making, and the only reason is because just kind of getting us closer to that level 50 that we need. So we're going to be starting Client of Korend. Now I just need to run around and talk to some general store owners. Another random event. Okay, all right. Nice little cosmetic upgrade here. And with that completed, we gain 2 antique lamps that we're both going to put both into fire making here, and we unlock Korend. So now we're just going to go ahead and grab some cakes from the stall over here, and yeah, start building up our inventory of food. So after we get a couple inventories of cake here, we're going to move on to fishing. We're going to try to get to around 35, at least 35, so we can start fighting Temperos. Like I said before, Temperos is basically just so we can get some planks, we can start doing the construction, because I want to get 20 construction before I do go to Wintertod, just because it will a little bit better XP when we are there. Alright, so this is going to be my last inventory of cakes. Looks like we almost have 100 cakes in our bank, which is going to be a good amount of starting food for this account. So now, why don't we kind of move over to fishing, trying to get to that level 35 mark, trying to get access to Temperos, and then we're also going to be buying a house, so we do need to go to Varrock eventually. So we're going to try to grab 20 fishing levels here, and then we're going to head over to the Stronghold of Security. And we can actually take Count to the Stronghold of Security. He'll give us a one-time teleport up there. And what that's going to allow us to do is get 10,000 starting GP, but also put us right near that trout spot. So we can just fish and cook pretty fast right next to each other. And as soon as we hit that level 35, we're going to go over to Temperos, and we're going to start gaining some fishing levels, but most importantly, we're going to start getting reward pools. Hopefully we get lucky and we're able to pull some uniques. But most importantly, I'm just trying to look for planks so we can kind of get our construction level up a little bit faster. So while we were inside of the minigame, we are able to get some construction XP by just repairing the totem poles and the masts that break during the wave. While I'm just kind of sitting here gaining a couple early fishing levels and a couple early cooking levels as well, I just kind of wanted to go over a few things. Earlier in this video I talked about I don't really know what my end goal for this account is, but I do know kind of where I want to be. My main account right now is about base 90s combat and about base 70s in every other skill. Now, I'm not saying that I want to get to that point within, 4 months or something like that. That would be insane. But I do kind of want to take the knowledge that I learned with my main account and apply it to my Ironman here. So I do have a couple PVM challenges ahead of me, and the biggest one I can think about right now is just Zulrah. I've only ever killed Zulrah about 3 times on my main account, and each time was not really the best kill, so that's probably going to be my biggest objective on this account early on, is just getting consistent Zulrah kills. Now, Zulrah is probably one of the most important bosses, at least in my mind, for an Ironman account, because of scales, the blowpipe, and also the Serp helmet. All of these are super important to me in my late game, so being able to kill Zulrah consistently is going to be a pretty big challenge for me in this account. But that is so far away from me right now. Let's just kind of try to focus on doing some early questing. Let's do some Temperos, getting some construction, Druidic Ritual, and getting access to Wintertod. So we're about level 8 fishing right now. Not even halfway there. This is taking very, very long. The early levels of fishing are just super slow. So I will see you guys once we hit level 20. level 9, level 10, level 11, level 12, 13, and another random event while we are fishing here. We're gonna run this maze. I don't know what all the rewards can be, but let's just try to get the most we can. 72%, that's not bad. What did we get? Nice, we got double rule chaos and then 118 feathers. Level 14, level 15, so now we can start catching anchovies. 16, and that's level 17, level 18, 19. With level 20, we're gonna make our way now to the Stronghold of Security. I am gonna grab some fly fishing material right now, so we're gonna head over to the shop, pick up some feathers and a fly fishing rod. So we picked up some feathers, fly fishing rod. Our GP is looking a little low, but let's head over to Count now, who's gonna teleport us straight to the Stronghold of Security. Just put 2-factor on my account and grab the first 2,000 GP. Nice, so after finishing up, we have 10,000 GP and we can start our fishing grind again, trying to get to that level 35 just to get over to Temperos. So let's grab a couple fishing levels here, and once these 100 feathers are out, I'm gonna head over to the estate agent, which is right over here, and we're gonna get our first house, and that kind of unlocks the construction skill. That's level 26, and we only have 14 feathers left, so let's go to the estate agent now. So let's talk to him. How can I get a house? Yes, please. And just like that, we are now a homeowner. You know what? While I'm also here, I'm gonna grab a staff of fire. I know I'm not gonna be able to use this right away, but it's just gonna be nice to have in my bank so I don't have to come back. All right, so I'm gonna grab myself a chronicle here and a couple teleport cards, just making that journey up to Varrock a little bit easier. All right, so I'm gonna grab a couple packs of feathers here, and this is gonna allow us just to get that level 35. I'll grab one more just cause, you know, we can always use it in the fletching grind later on in the account. Now with the chronicle, I'm able to teleport pretty close to Edgeville of where I need to be, which makes that a little bit quicker. I'm also gonna start the Gertrude's cat quest, just to start it while I'm over here. Don't know exactly when I'll finish it, but at least I can start it while I'm crossing paths. 27, 28, 29, level 30. That's level 31, level 32, level 33. Only 2 more to go. With that full inventory, it's level 34. And just like that, that's level 35. So now we have access to Temperos, which is going to allow us to train construction just a little bit faster than normal, getting those planks and trying to get to level 20 before we go to Wintertide.